All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, which is to say in the Paleo Hebrew, Yahweh, which is the name of our Heavenly Father, meaning He is, and that is who the world English calls God. Bahashim, which means in the name, Yahweh Shai, which means He is our salvation. And that is who the world also ignorantly calls Jesus, a so-called black man, who, by the way, only came for the Israelites. All right. Now, what brings us to our discussion / topic this morning is this video that's circulating around the internet of these young so-called black teenagers being used as a proxy or a tool to come against Jake by the agency known as Department Homeland Security, or DHS. Okay. Now there's an alleged video or a doctored video, AI, as one may claim, of DHS using these individuals that you see on your screen right now with the Pooh Shiesty mask, putting bounties on their agency's heads, okay, as we see on the screen. And the title is, "If you threaten or lay hands on our law enforcement officers, we will hunt you down and you will find out really quick. We'll see you cowards soon." All right. Now that's all predicated on this video or this caption that you see on your screen. ICE, we're on the way. We're in the streets. Cartel put a 50K bounty on y'all. So just taking that at face value, you can see why DHS would be justified in saying what they said. But at the end of this clip, we're going to show you the original video, how these so-called black young teens weren't even talking about ICE. But the way that ICE doctored the video to justify threatening these so-called black young men, teenagers, is that they put a bounty on their head, okay? So I'm going to turn the volume down because it plays artists that I could be hit with a copyright when I upload it, and I'm going to get back with you. But this is the video that's doctored by Homeland Security, DHS, allegedly, and then I'm going to show you the video that is the original video, okay? It's all in the same clip. So let me turn the video down, turn the sound down, and I'll get back with you. So now this is the original video with the caption reading, "You seen what we can do. Don't say something that you can't finish, Iran. We already united, we all stand. We want all the smoke." So you see, this was the original content showing you that these so-called black teens were actually standing up for the United States. But under the doctored video of Homeland Security, DHS, they made it seem as if these so-called black teenagers were going after their agencies, their ICE agents or whoever else, so that they could be justified in the court of public opinion of coming after them, okay? So I did a video prior and it wouldn't let me upload, so we should see if this video should be able to be uploaded. So let me finish letting this play out. Let me turn down the sound once again. Once again, this is the ICE video, or the DHS, the Department Homeland Security. Allegedly, this is the video that they put up to justify in coming after these so-called black young men or teenagers This is their version of it. And this is the actual version, the original version, okay? Showing you that these so-called black men were actually standing up for United States. And that's why we say we don't got a dog in this fight, man. All right? Let these Edomites fight this out amongst themselves, man. Because they're going to come after us no matter what, okay? Whether you try to join hand in hand with them or whether you don't. But the only thing is, if we have the Lord on our side, that's the difference, okay? And we see this damn devil, all right? Let's get a couple of precepts and then close out. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 10. It reads, "And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed, Hamashiach, Yahushua. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down." Right, which is speaking of who? Esau, Edom, because Esau and Jacob are brothers. Esau represented by the so-called white men, the Europeans, the Caucasian, and Jacob represented by who? The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. It says, which accuse them before our power day and night. See? So they accuse us before Yahweh day and night. And this is no different. We're seeing them in their bag with their AI and how they can doctor up a video and put it in the favor of them to come after Jake, who has no hedge or protection. Because why? They've set the stage for us to sin against our power. All right? By what? Giving us abominable foods, putting us in certain situations that we have to do what's contrary or opposite of the word. And then they could be justified in coming after us, okay? Which is what they're going to use, all right? They're going to use their deception, all right? And that's why it says, if it wasn't for the elect's sake, there'll be no flesh saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened, okay? Because this devil is getting ready to go in his bag, all right? And those of our people, the 2/3 that haven't repented and turned back to the Lord, they're going to be open for judgments, okay? They're going to be open to come against when Esau, Edom rolls on them, all right? The Lord isn't going to be there to protect them, okay? So although this man is, using his AI and his doctor videos to set the stage or the pretense to come after Jake, Jake himself is going to allow this man to do so because he hasn't turned back to his power, Yahweh, through his only begotten son, Yahushua, and repented, okay? So yeah, this is deception at its finest, okay? But guess what? It's going to get worse, all right? And if the Lord isn't fighting for you, you don't stand a chance against this man. The Lord is going to allow him to come down on you with that great wrath. It says, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, right? Which we seeing right now, he's being exposed to this truth. But ultimately, he's going to be thrown down by our big brother, Yahushua, when he returns and he takes him out of the heavens where World War III is going to take place, where you're going to have Esau, Edom, and his military, his Air Force, his Navy, and everything else, along with the other nations fighting. And then once Yahushua returns, they turn their attention towards Yahushua, and Yahushua takes them all out of power, okay? It says, for the accuser of our brother is cast down. So we seeing this now with this truth, exposing this devil, and ultimately, when Yahushua comes back and takes him out of power, it says, which accused them before our power day and night, right? They set the stage so that they can say, Lord, see, they sinning, all right? They don't have no reason for you to protect them. Here it is, they out here sleeping with their, brethren's wife. Here it is, they're out here eating all type of abominable food. All right. Even though you got your servants, the prophets out here telling them not to do it, they still doing it. So they set the stage for our people to sin willfully. All right. Because why? We out here, the servants, the prophets, those of us that endure to the end, warning our people. But hey, this man has set the stage and set it in such a way that our people don't want to take our heed because, we don't come in that church pastor-like mentality with a tuxedo or a suit and tie on and teaching them about Jesus. Now they look at us as, racist, hate, so on and so forth. All right. But we the ones that the Lord set up, Lord willing, if we endure to the end, to give you the warning. All right. That this damn devil is getting ready to roll and move in on you. See, but you don't want to take the heed. It says 11, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb. Who? The elect. All right. The elect are going to be the ones that overcome this devil by the blood of the Lamb. Yahushua. Because why? Their names were written in the book. All right. The book of life. It says, and by the word of their testimony. See, that's why we coming in the spirit of Yahushua, because that is what? Prophecy. All right. We're prophesying against this devil. All right. Through what? Scriptures, which is why he's going to have to come down with that great wrath, which is why he's getting ready to come in like a flood. All right. Which is why he's getting ready to shut this internet thing down. Famine of the word. Okay, where you won't be able to get this truth like you can right now. Because why? It's exposing him to the core. As it says, Hebrews 4:12, this truth is like a two-edged sword. All right? And it's cutting this damn devil, man. All right? And it says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. See? This is why we come in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. They give a testimony. And they love not their lives unto the death, right? Because some of us will be beheaded for this truth, all right? And that's an honorable thing to do, to have your head beheaded for Yahweh's sake. Not some other false religion or not some other false idol like Jesus or whoever else, but for Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh's sake, all right? They love not their life. We gave up our life because we could have been doing other things, but no, we seen the severity and the importance of this ministry. All right. And we picked up the plow. And Lord willing, we don't look back and we don't put the plow down. We continue to plow all the way into the end. It says, and they love not their lives unto the death, right? Because we don't have any lives anyways in this damn man's kingdom. All right. We are already dead in this man's kingdom. So why not, fight for something that's righteous? As it says, Psalms 94:16, who will fight for me? All right, Lord willing, we be found worthy of those individuals that fight for this truth. Verse 12, therefore rejoice, you heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Why? Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil, the deceiver, the false accuser, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is come down unto you. See, he's going to use all his tricks and trades and magic and left-hand deception that he can, and AI is part of that, all right, which we haven't seen it being broadcast on a full scale, but we get ready to. It says, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath. See, that anger is kindled, that perpetual hatred that he has towards Jake is only getting in fury, all right? It's only getting inflamed because this truth is exposing him. So now he's using, AI. He's using false captives, doctor videos to come after who? Jake. All right. Showing him with the Pooh Shiesty mask on. And hey, that's why it says your countenance should be known. I believe that's in Ecclesiasticus 12:19. But a man should be known by his countenance. All right. What is associated with wearing a Pooh Shiesty? All right, a young YN, a young ninja. So you ain't helping the case anymore by wearing a Pooh Shiesty, even if your original video did say, we stand together for United States. Look at your countenance, all right? The countenance is of a Pooh Shiesty ninja that you up to no good. So you making it easy for them. They ain't even really got to use AI all that much. They just put a caption across the screen, and your attire, your countenance says enough. And you have those people, those Edomites that's gonna fall for it, hook, line, and sinker, because they already don't like you and feel like you shouldn't be in their neighborhoods, even if you got a good career job. But if you try to show the perception of I can wear a Pooh Shiesty and still be, intellectual smart, that countenance comes off as something ain't right about this person. They got a Pooh Shiesty, a Nike ski mask, okay? So you give them already the fuel for the fire, all right? And then on top of that, you ain't seeking the Lord. So the Lord gonna let this damn devil get off on you. It says, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath. Why? Because he knoweth that he have but a short time. When you go into that word short, it goes into intensity. And that word time is a measure. So he has but a short intensity time to do this. And that's Jacob's trouble. All right? It's going to be intensified. Let's go into this word short in time in the Greek, and then we get ready to close out. You know, assuming that this devil don't try to put an error on this video so that I can upload it, Lord willing, we'll see. So this word short goes into the Greek.
Strong's G 3641, oligos. Oligos.
And I want you to look here at the letter C definition. It says of degree or intensity, light, slight. So he has but a short or intensity time. Now let's look up that word time in the Greek.
Strong's G 2540, kairos. Kairos.
And the word that we want to hone into is the second definition, a measure of time, smaller portion of time. So he has a smaller portion of intensity that he's going to be able to bring it, because why? We know for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. See? So this devil's getting ready to come down with great wrath because he knows he has but a short time. This truth is exposing him. It's cutting him like a two-edged sword. See? So we're telling our people to get right, to get prepared, get ready, be sober, okay? Because this devil's getting ready to make his move, all right? So this is 1 Peter 5:8. It reads, be sober, be vigilant, see? Understanding that, hey, don't give him more fuel than he needs, all right? This is why we're telling our people to turn back to the Lord. Seek Yahweh while he may be found, all right? But our people ain't going to listen because why? That's not their lot, okay? Their lot is going to be what? Given over to the sword, pestilence, famine, and ultimately that sword being by the way of those thermonuclear missiles, those ICBMs. It says, because your adversary, the devil, the so-called white man, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Right. And if you don't have this hedge of protection around you, he's going to be able to get you. He's going to be able to devour you. He's going to be able to use his magic on the left-hand side. Okay. His AI, his doctor videos. And people ain't going to think twice of it. All right. Because they already want to see Jake get, persecuted. All right. So how much more a good doctor video given by, a so-called prevalent agency, DHS, allegedly, they're going to run with it, man. All right. Because if this internet is down, you ain't going to have videos saying that these are the original videos. These are doctor videos. The people are going to run with it. Okay. They're going to run with it. All right. And they're going to be used against you, Jake, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Because the persecution, they're going to have bounties out on our heads. All right. So we understand what we getting involved in when we come into this truth. All right. We counted the cost. All right. That's why we're staying grounded, Lord willing, and we endure to the end, and we be found worthy. All right. So just be sober, be vigilant. Know that this devil, he's going to come with everything he got because this is his last time. All right. So be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. All right. So with that being said, pray some moments edified through this lesson. And until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith. We're almost home. Shalom. Peace.